Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good, good.
It's nice to have you on.
Thanks.
I like your backdrop there. That looks really cool. Is that like a banner that you guys use or something?
Yeah, that's just the banner that I use for trade shows.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit. Okay, I hear you better. So,
Okay.
how's the weather up there?
Not good. Not good. We are actually moving to South Carolina pretty soon, so we're excited
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I'm going to turn my phone off so that way it's not interrupting us.
Okay.
All the pings and dings. So, I'm Cynthia.
Okay. And you own or run Silent Slayer Ghost Tours, I take it?
Yes, I'm the owner and founder. Sorry, I'm trying to turn my phone off.
That's okay.
I just took 5 screenshots. And disconnected my Bluetooth. So, okay.
Okay, so you're the owner and founder of Silent Slayer Ghost Tours. Where are you guys located?
So we're based in Tampa Bay, specifically in Safety Harbor,
Okay.
which is about 10 miles east of Clearwater Beach.
Oh wow, okay.
Hmm.
That's cool. Okay, let's start off with what's some things that you would like to share with the people. What's something crazy that you guys have seen or something that I guess stands out or resonates with you.
There's a lot. Stuff happens on a daily basis.
Okay.
I just got a dead bell. I don't know if you guys have one of those.
I've never heard of it actually.
No. So it's on Go Stop. So it's an EMF meter, but it dings just like, a front desk bell at a hotel would.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I've been playing with that at home lately, just testing it out.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm going to the Ohio State Penitentiary, or I'm sorry, the Ohio State Reformatory.
Okay.
Um, let's see, on the 25th and 26th, I think. So that's in Mansfield, Ohio. So that'll probably be one of the coldest investigations that I've done.
Oh, sure.
So if you're not familiar with it, that's where Shawshank Redemption was filmed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm going with another team, Ryan Dunn with Afterlife Tours. And then we also went to the West Virginia State Penitentiary with him a couple Novembers ago. So that was freezing because it was 30
Yeah.
degrees in the jail. So we had hot
Oh,
hands and like
geez.
all that stuff and
And you
all the
stayed there
rituals.
overnight or
It was, I think we got there at like 8 or 9, and then I think we stayed until like 4 in the morning or maybe 5. I can't remember. We were so
okay.
frozen, we don't remember very much. But we did have a pretty crazy experience.
Okay.
So Red Schneider is one of um, the spirits that's known to kind of hang out in a cell, and he was stabbed by. So it was supposed to be one of his friends, and the gangs at the prison said, if you don't stab Red Schneider, we're gonna kill you. So he shanked him, like he stabbed him. I can't remember. It was like 50 times or something in his cell.
Oh
So
God.
me and Tepe, it was the end of the night. Now Tepe's been on my team for quite a few years now. We've known each other for 15. And Tepe is a little Japanese man. And
Okay.
Red Schneider was the leader of the Aryan Nation at that time. So he
Oh.
didn't want a Japanese guy in his cell, and he didn't want probably me in there either, being a brunette.
Right.
So Tepe went in there first. This is like our last thing that we did at the night. It's just me and him. So he walks in Red Schneider's cell and he comes back out and he's like, "You got to go in there." I go, "Okay." So I go in there and I got immediately disoriented and dizzy until I stepped out
Okay.
of the cell. So prior to us going there, we are watching Sam and Colby on YouTube in the same cell, like screwing
Oh,
around and like messing with Fred Schneider. And I was like, "What are you doing? Like that wasn't our experience at all." So yeah,
okay.
it was pretty creepy, but I highly recommend going there if you're ever in the area.
That's cool. Did you see any like full body apparitions there or anything like that? Or
Not there, no. Um,
okay.
I've seen two full body apparitions in my life. So it's not like, and I'm not a medium either.
Right.
My only psychic ability is scent. So if I'm on location, I'll smell like wildfire. I've had fresh oranges in my face. I've woken
Oh
up
wow.
to fresh baked chocolate chip cookies when I live alone. Um, I will hear
Wow.
things like like a dog running on the hardwood floors next to my bed when I don't have a dog at the time.
Okay.
Stuff like that, but definitely not a psychic. So the first time I ever experienced a full body apparition, I was in New Orleans at I think it's called the Chateau Le Mans. It's part of the Holiday Inn or IHG brand.
Okay.
And so that hotel used to be a private residence. And so there were slaves' quarters. And
Oh.
so I brought all my ghost hunting equipment I had at the time because I was still kind of new. And so we stayed in the slaves' quarters. So it was like a very long room. So there's like a bedroom, then the bathroom, and then there's a living room. And there's probably like 8 floor to ceiling windows and all the old brick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were messing with us, with the air conditioning, turning it off and stuff like that. The REM pod was going off. So I'm in the room by myself and I'm in the shower, of course, where you're most vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a frosted glass door that, oh, my light just went out. Is someone
On
messing
its
with
own?
me? It's my ring light. It's flashing now like a haunted house.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah. So maybe someone wants to talk.
Does
Um,
that ever happen or is this like odd?
Flashing lights are kind of my thing. I'm just going to turn this off. Um, so it's kind of my sign, flashing lights and hearts.
Okay.
So I'm in. No, it's not going to turn off at all. Okay, whatever. I'll just ignore it. It's literally like flashing like this. Um,
Wow.
so I'm standing in the shower and I see a full figure. It looked like a very skinny woman with her arm like passing by that frosted glass door. Like I could still see that there was a figure there. So I yell,
Okay.
I'm like, hello, hello. And there's like no answer. So that was the first time that ever happened. I'm going to unplug this because it's actually very annoying. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
And while I'm over here, I'm going to turn on my dead bell just to see.
If anything comes through.
Yeah, it's going to ding once to tell you that it's on.
Yeah.
So it's on the lowest setting. So we'll see if anybody wants to come and talk. I have a couple spirits that live with me. So then the
Okay.
last full body apparition I saw, I was at the Plum House in Clearwater, and me, Tepe, and Ace, who helps us investigate, he's our Turpin Springs tour guide. So we're all just
Okay.
standing there next to, so there's an entryway for the dining room, and so we're just off of where the the entrance is that's open. And we're just standing there, like kind of taking a break, just BSing.
Right.
And all of a sudden, we all see the same figure, small, hunched down, and it runs from the back of the room all the way to the front door and smack hits the front door. And
Oh
all
wow.
3 of us saw it. So the first thing I'm thinking it was one of our guests freaked out, panicked, and tried to run out the door. No, that's not what happened. So
Okay.
2 guests were outside on the porch. They came running in and they were like, "What was that noise?" And we're like, "A ghost just hit the door." I'm like, literally. And all the other guests were upstairs. And so past the dining room, there's the kitchen, the bathroom, and a closet, and no one's back there.
Oh
And
wow.
also the front door in the dining room to go outside is actually bolted shut because of vandalism.
Okay.
So yeah, it was incredible. So all of us saw the same thing. It
That's
was
pretty cool.
pretty solid black. The only thing Tepe says is he's like, I saw a white shirt. I'm like, Tepe, you need glasses. So um yeah. So that was pretty amazing. That was last April that happened. So we've been going there as much as we can to try and capture. Um, so now we leave, static cam in there to try and
Right.
capture it again. But we didn't the last time, but we're going again next month.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you pick up on something like that.
Yeah. But it was like I wasn't scared. I was excited. It was like Christmas. I'm like, oh my God, that was
Oh,
amazing.
absolutely, yeah. I
But
mean,
then
I'm
I'm
not gonna
like,
lie, I'd be a little shook up, you know what I mean? 'Cause you don't know what its intentions are, but it's still very exciting.
well, Dave, he's the volunteer with the Historical Society. He was with us at the time, but his back was turned towards the room, so he didn't see it. So he's got to close up there by himself. So
Oh,
now I kind of wait until he finishes turning all the lights off and comes outside before we leave.
right.
So
Okay. So you said you have a couple of ghosts in your house. How do how do you know that? What are some types of things that happen there?
So I bought my condo in 2018, and so I do go to a psychic medium every year. Michelle Torrey, she's in Newport Richey, just north of us. So
Okay.
I've been going to her for I don't know, probably 12 or 13 years. And so when I first got my condo, I found out that Marie used to live here, and she didn't die in the condo, but she died during Hurricane Irma. Um, a
Oh,
neighbor a neighbor told her, "Oh, you have to move everything off your balcony. You have to put all your furniture inside."
yeah.
Well, she fell and broke her hip, and she was like 85.
Oh,
But she loved this condo. And let me tell you, it was a 70s time capsule when I moved in.
okay.
Um, so when I was doing my renovations, which started as soon as I bought it, I had two contractors here, and I had water leaks. First, it was my ice maker, then it was my kitchen sink, my bathroom sink, and my shower, right? Like every leak imaginable happened. And I'm like,
Okay.
how could this even be possible? And then Michelle said, when I asked her, she's like, Marie doesn't like the contractors. So as soon as they left, everything was fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But
So the spirit of this woman was doing this on purpose because of them.
yeah, but she likes my countertops, which was nice. So yeah. And then
Wow.
I
You've
have
never physically seen her though?
no, but she's noisy. So I have to sleep, with some kind of sound on.
Yeah.
It sounds like someone's clanking around in my kitchen. Nothing's ever moved. Um,
Oh, wow. Like glasses moving or plates hitting something or whatnot.
no, I mean, the noise is there, but nothing's touched.
Right.
So Maria, if you are here, you can hit the bell behind me. Say hello to my new friends in New York.
That's right.
Um, then there's Mike. Mike started following me when I first started doing the ghost and history tours in Safety Harbor.
Okay.
And he's been with me for almost 5 years now. And he comes with me. He protects me from any malevolent spirits that may be around. So I don't get scratched. I don't get touched. No, I don't want to restart my computer right now. I just got a message. I'm like, this would be a horrible time to restart my computer.
Yeah.
So Mike is from the 1920s or 30s, and he got hit and killed by a train. At one point, we had passenger train service in Safety Harbor.
Okay.
So he follows me around because I look like someone he was in love with back then.
Oh.
So that's why he's kind of attached to me, but he doesn't do anything bad.
And this is what your medium friend told you?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
she can verify this? Like she could basically see him or whatnot?
yes, yeah,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah. And then there's Ed. Let me see, not last September. It's been about 2 years, two falls ago. Mad Ed started following me from Safety Harbor Resort, which is a historic hotel that used to be a sanatorium back in the 1920s.
Okay.
And we call him Mad Ed because I had another medium from me with me from Indiana, Dave, Dr. Dave, and he um, So Ed's room, it's a clear door. They leave the room as it was in the 1920s. So all the things that you would have, like the old radio, that's round, the old phones.
Okay.
Um, but you can look in the room because there's clear glass on the door. So they don't rent that room out. I'd love to sleep there. Um, so Ed came through on the Ovilus spirit box and said Ed, and then the next word that came out was mad. So we just call him Mad Ed. But to get our attention, he'll say like aggressive, violent, stab. I'm like, hi, Ed. Michelle says that he has a top hat and a long black coat, and
Oh,
he's just observing me. He's a watcher, but he doesn't do anything bad. But now Mike and Ed are traveling. So
oh, geez.
we were doing the Estes method at the Plum House. And so one of the guests on the left says Mike, and then a minute later, the next word to come out of the person next to them was Ed.
Oh,
So I was like, oh, now you're traveling together. So
right.
yeah,
Well, if they're both following you, they have to know of each other then, obviously,
yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Okay. Have you ever came across any like children ghosts or anything like that?
I think the most interaction we've had with child spirits, well, let me tell you this. Child spirits are creepier than adult spirits because they're
Seems that way,
tiny.
yeah.
They're tiny. I think the most interaction we did with them was at the Southward school site. There's a kindergarten classroom, and so everyone was sitting in a circle with a REM pod in the middle, and I think some K2 meters, and they were singing and doing nursery rhymes for the children, and if they liked the song, they would hit the REM pod.
Oh,
So I was not participating in the sing along because I'm a horrible singer. So I just kind of observed, but
okay.
yeah, I
Wow, that's
prefer
crazy.
dealing with adults. Yeah.
The question that I like to ask, and like one of the reasons I'm doing this show as well is to try to get a general consensus of how everybody feels, how things happen, what have you heard? A lot of people can speak to spirits. You know what I mean? I've
Hmm.
interviewed quite a few of them actually.
Hmm.
And the question that I like to ask a lot is, why are you still here? Not only like adult spirits or whatever, but the children more so. Like, what is keeping you here? Have you seen a light? Has anybody tried to give you guidance? Those kinds of things. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Oh, I forgot about another instance of children. Totally slipped my mind. There is Charlotte and Henry. So there's a
Okay.
building on Main Street. This is how I interact with them. So there's a building on Main Street that's set. They say it was an orphanage at one point for children with water on the brain.
Oh,
So the building was empty for 22 years. It's open now for business on the downstairs, but upstairs is where those children reside,
right.
basically. And so Charlotte and Henry, there's a planter with like a fake. I don't even know if it's fake. I think it's fake. I don't even know. It's a planter, like that's hanging.
Okay.
So, and there's more planters, but the one on the corner, I'll ask the kids, hey, can you spin that plant for me? And then we clap for them. We play music. I bring them toys, and I mean, there's zero wind. Like I won't even do it if there's a breeze. So
Okay.
I'll be looking at the wind and be like, look, there's no wind right now. And then you could see them speed it up. And sometimes you'll just see the individual leaves moving up and down that they're playing with.
Oh.
So Michelle told me that the reason why Charlotte wanted to follow me home, she hasn't. Oh, look, that was the dead bell that just went off in the background. Can
Oh,
you do?
wow.
Well, hello. Well, maybe that's Charlotte. Charlotte, did you follow me home? If you did, can you ring that for me? give them a minute. Um, but yeah, Charlotte follows wanted to follow me home because I look like her mom.
Oh,
So that was sad. Yeah. But they
that
really
is
like
sad.
jazz music. Um, it's like, and then you just get a feeling, like that you've made a connection.
Right, of
Um,
course, yeah.
like I know there's a lot of paranormal shows that make shit up. I don't know. Is this a swearing show
Right.
or not?
No, that's okay. That's okay.
um, but yeah, I mean, you see people do it for, the views and whatever. And
What I don't like is like when you see, oh, did you hear that? What was that? With no, they don't play no audio of it. There's no
right,
explanation of what they just heard. Anybody can do that at any point, you know?
right, yeah. So that's, I mean, what we do is genuine and we don't make
Right.
stuff up. And I like going into places blindly without really doing that much research until later, to try to match the names up.
Of course. Right. Yeah, that makes sense because you don't want to put something into your head because then you're automatically looking for it. Like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they said I would see that kind of thing.
right, yeah.
You want to see it on your own, then look it up and then say, oh,
That,
that
yeah,
must have been them.
right.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. All right. What's your thought on Ouija boards? Do you use them or not? Or do you suggest people use them? Just no beginners? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Um, so Sam on our team, if we are going to use a Ouija board, I have her run the whole thing. Like, I'll just say that she's our Ouija board expert on our team.
You don't touch
Um,
it?
I'm storing 4 of them in my closet right now, but
Okay.
we do them for corporate events. Like, we'll do a Ouija room, we'll be part of the experience. I mean, I usually don't bring them to investigations. A lot of times the venues don't want one there because of the way people feel about them. But I
Right.
did have, of course, when I was a kid, I played with it. But I had a guest on my ghost tour that told me when he was a kid, he was in his grandparents' basement playing with the Ouija board. And that night, a chair chased them up the stairs.
What?
Yeah. So that was a
Just an
first-hand
empty
account.
chair?
Yeah. Chased them up the stairs. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So the Ouija
jeez.
board just kind of sit in a box. Like, I mean, I use I use the pendulum, a lot, dowsing
Yeah.
rods, tarot cards, not to
REM
see the
pod,
spirits. Yeah.
your
Um,
EMF. Do you have cat balls?
mhm, yeah.
Okay. You see, what I don't understand with, because I've heard a couple other people say too that a lot of venues don't like you to use them there, whatnot, during investigations.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, what's the difference in that and using a REM pod, an EMF, anything else to contact them? They're all just different tools, right?
It's what the media has put out there.
You think
Ouija
that's
boards
what it
are
is?
scary, all the movies that they've done and everything.
That
So,
makes
I mean,
sense.
if it was just me and my team, let's say we got a hotel room and we wanted to use the Ouija board, like that's fine. Like I'm not gonna like say no, but if I rent a hotel room, we're gonna do whatever. But the
Right.
venues, out of respect, like we want to come back, we don't want to scare them. So,
Yeah. Right. And you don't want to go against like what their rules would be or whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you said you've had a couple of friends, I'm going to call them, attached to you,
Hmm.
like Ed and Mike. And
Hmm.
those seem to be, I guess, rather nice, right?
Hmm. Yep.
Have you ever came up against something that wanted to follow you or that was around you that wasn't so nice?
This happened recently. I wrote a blog about the whole experience. Um, I was doing a private ghost tour in Safety Harbor, and there was this. Um, so there's it's called the Elf Tree. It's 200 or 300 years old, and it has like so it's hollowed out at the bottom, so you can actually get in there and take pictures or whatever. And
Okay.
so at the base of the tree on the side where there's a hole, I noticed something furry, and I was like, "Oh my God, like there's a dead raccoon in there or something." So this girl from I can't remember if I think she was from Alabama. I'm pretty sure she goes hunting. But anyway, she reaches into the hole and pulls it out and lifts it up, and we're like, oh my God, it's like a toy monkey. And it's all broken up and it's so creepy. And at one, it has a battery pack, but this thing was just, it was dirty and gross. So I go, oh, it'll be funny. Like, we use it for ghost hunting or whatever.
Right.
And so I brought it home. I put it in my trunk of my car. Never brought it in my house. And it was in my trunk for like a week, that whole week. And then we went to the Plum House again. And on the way there, me and Tepe, it's maybe like, 20, 30-minute drive. And me and Tepe, we always just talk back and forth the whole time on the way there, trying to
Hmm.
catch up. And all of a sudden, I was mute. I couldn't talk at all. I was trying to say windshield wiper, it wouldn't come out of my mouth. I was trying to say, when I was leaving for Chicago, I was just trying to say December 21st. I could picture December 21st like typed in my head, and it would not come out of my mouth.
Wow.
And it was, and I was driving, it was raining, and I was like, what? Like, and I told Tepe we got, like maybe 5 minutes to the site. I go, I don't feel right. I said something, and he's like, yeah, you were acting really weird in the car. Like, he was asking me stuff, and I was like nothing would come out. So as
Right.
soon as we got there, I opened the trunk, I put the monkey on the hood of the car, and I thought, I'm done. That thing's staying here. So I
Yeah.
don't, so I'll see. I left the monkey there, and then I haven't seen Dave with the historical society since then. So I'll see if anything happened or if he threw him in the garbage. But um, I
So
was
you
fine.
attribute the muteness to something attached to that monkey made you not be able to speak, basically.
That's the only thing I could think of because I don't have like any health issues. It hasn't happened since.
Right.
Um,
I wonder why it would do that. Like, what would its point be? Like, put me back where I came from, or you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. Well,
Wow, that's
I'll ask Michelle because I have my reading. Actually, my birthday's in a month. So I'll ask her what the whole deal was with the monkey. But that was pretty freaky. And thankfully, we weren't in the car for 2 hours. It was just a short, drive.
right.
But yeah.
Well, if that's the case, thankfully it didn't do more to you. I've heard of there's a lot of haunted items out there. A lot of people have certain things, you know?
Oh yeah. I try not to bring home stuff, but today I found two giant nutcrackers by my garbage. So I'm like, you know what? I might repaint them and make them Halloween.
Oh,
They
that's
have like
cool.
black fur. So I was like, that might be interesting. But they're outside on my porch. I'm not bringing them inside. Um, I'll do so Sam on our team, the way she finds her haunted doll, she has 50 now. She goes to the
You said
antique stores.
50?
50.
Wow.
Yeah, she's nuts. I love her, but she's crazy if she's watching. So um she'll take the millimeter
Okay.
and go near the dolls, and if she gets a high reading, she'll take that doll home.
Right.
So, but I used the millimeter on the monkey and got zero. So I
Right. So
don't,
I guess it doesn't always tell.
or it was there and left. Like I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah,
Whatever it
people
was.
swear by it though. I've talked to a couple people about them because I don't know how I've really felt about like haunted items because that really be a thing. But I mean, if you think about it, it's a doll, right? If the little girl that unfortunately passed away was attached to it, don't tell me she might not be holding that doll's hand still. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that's definitely could be a thing to me.
yeah. And then you have Robert the doll in Key West, who's famous.
Right.
Um, Annabelle,
Annabelle, yeah.
um, Chucky. Well, he's not real, but
What's your thoughts on speaking of like not real and real and whatever, that made me think of like shadow people kind of thing. What's your thoughts on that? Do you believe like that there's a type of like obviously there's ghosts, there's spirits of people like you and me that used to live at one point, right?
Mhm.
But what's your thoughts on like spirits that never lived before. I'm not talking about like demons. Like, yeah, that's a thing too. But like a lot of people believe in shadow people that have never lived once, and they're like a completely different, I guess, genre
You just
or however you would call that of a spirit. What's your thoughts on that?
well, well, I'm hoping whoever just rang the bell wasn't saying that they were never human before, because that freaked me out. Um, I know there's evil people like humans.
Yeah,
I know sometimes me and Tepe, we wonder sometimes if we are talking to aliens.
really?
Yeah. So Michelle, I asked her, I go, we always feel like sometimes like they're aliens, and she calls them enlightened beings is what they are. So they were never human. It doesn't mean like they're, demonic or, like dark, but
Right.
not malevolent, or doesn't have to be. But sometimes when they talk, they like almost like take it back, like, oops, I wasn't supposed to tell you that. Like, oops, like there's rules or something, like
Oh,
what
wow.
we've gathered. So now this might be one of your questions. Um, so I am not a big app person at all. I like my traditional ghost hunting stuff. I mean, I love my electronics and stuff. And
Right.
I've had really good, experiences, but I think it's kind of calibrating the equipment. Like I've had my Ovilus for, over 5 years, and then the
Okay.
Alice box I've had for a couple of years. And so it's kind of getting my spirit friends to kind of learn how to use it. So Tepe is all about the necrometer. So we call him the necrometer master. That's the only app we'll ever use.
Okay.
Um, so if you put it in airplane mode, um, supposedly it doesn't have a word bank if you go into like voice mode. So what Tepe does is he takes Google Transcribe and puts it over the app. So it kind of translates for you. And sometimes you'll hear something different than you'll hear on there, but
Okay.
the weirdest thing was one time he had two phones with the necrometer on it, both in airplane mode, right? Not attached to the Wi-Fi or anything.
Hmm.
And this one says, "Hi, my name's Austin," and this one says, "Nice to meet you." Like what?
Oh,
Yeah.
so what you basically caught there was probably them talking amongst each other, not to you.
So we were eavesdropping basically.
Right.
But
Wow,
they'll
that's
talk
actually really
about,
cool.
it is really cool. And um, you could take three phones and put them out there and they could talk to each other.
Right.
So they might not even be answering our questions, but sometimes they'll talk about war, Iran. They talked about when it's this is right before Trump was shot at.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, it said Penn State. Penn State. So we're thinking, okay, there's going to be a shooting at Penn State. That's what we were thinking, because there's a lot of references to guns and stuff like that. And then when that happened, we put two and two together. We're like, they were
So
trying to tell
basically
us.
what you'd be saying there is not only are they spirits or whatnot, but they would be able to predict or know what's going to happen in the future.
Correct. Yeah. And that's why sometimes they like, oh, we weren't supposed to talk about that. So they'll shut each
Wow.
other down, like, shh, like, yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy but cool. And
And you talked about the Trump thing. Did that end up happening at Penn State? Was that where that was?
that was in Pennsylvania.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I've heard about it. I knew it happened, but I just didn't know where or what not, you know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it has been a great show. Unfortunately, I have to cut it here because I have like three and
So
a
many
half
minutes.
minutes of recording time left. They only let me to record for so long.
Yeah, I get it. I
So
get it.
I will get this spun down for you, and I will get you the
Okay,
link as soon as I get it up there.
sweet. And I'll spread the word.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you want to be on again, especially maybe with some of your friends or whatnot, after you have a couple more experiences, we'll set up something for a couple of
Yeah.
months from now.
Oh yeah, Tepe would probably be really great to have on your show too.
Awesome.
He's very technical and he's a nerd. So, well, it's so nice meeting everybody.
You as well.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you very much.
Safe
Take
hunting
care.
out there.
Thank you.